Hello students, so I am I Govindraj, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science and Engineering in CK College of Engineering Technology, Kadalur. Here we are going to see the important concepts in data structure as array-based implementations. So these are the topics present in array-based implementations. First one, definitions of an array, types of an array, declaration or syntax of an array, what are the operations present in an array, example programs of an array and corresponding outputs, advantages, disadvantages or limitations, and finally applications of an array. These are the concepts we are going to see in the corresponding video lecture. Next, there are two types of implementations of list in abstract data type. Okay, there are two types is called as one is array based implementation, second called as a linked based implementation. These are the most important type of implementations in linear data structures. First, definition of an array. What is an array? So array is a collection of similar type of data or collection of similar data items stored in a consecutive memory location. Consecutive means a continuous or a sequential order. That is called as this is an example of an array. So array is a collection of only similar data items. Similar data item means we can able to store only integer data items or floating data items or characters or string, anything that is called a similar type of data stored in a consecutive manner. What is consecutive manner means? It should be stored in the order 0th position, 1st position, 2nd position, 3rd position, 4th position, 5th one, like this goes on. That is called consecutive memory locations. Memory location is called as an, here we are having an example for array. The total size of an array is 12. Okay, we can able to store only 12 elements. Starting index position is 0th position and ending index position is n minus 1, that is size minus 1. Size is called as a 12. 12 minus 1, 11. That is called as an size of an array. We can able to store only the corresponding 12 elements. That is, array is a static data structure. Static means it should never ever change. The size of an array is 12. That is, the memory should be allocated in advance. So before we are going to allocate the size of an array, that is called as an 12, 5. Okay, that the allocation must be done in a program and the size is fixed. What is size is fixed is called as an, what is size of an array? The size of an array is 12. Okay, we can able to store only the 12 elements into an array. That we call as an array is a static data structure. The memory should be allocated means this we call as allocated in advance and size is fixed, it never ever changes. This is a definition of an array. Next is, the length of the array is determined when the array is created and cannot be changed. Okay, the length of the array is 12. Okay, is determined when the array is created and cannot be changed. The size of array is 12. We can able to store only 12 elements. Okay, if you're going to store the 13th element means the array is out of range, that is cannot be changed. And then this will waste the memory space when used space is less than the allocated space. Take an example. Here we having a 3 elements into an array, that is called ed, ai, bo. These are 3 elements we are going to store in the list or array. Okay, the first index position is 0th position and second index position is first 1 and third index position is 2, like this goes on. We are going to store only 3 elements into an array. The remaining elements are wasted memory. That is the only drawback present in an array. Have you understand? And then next we are going to say the types of an array. We are having 4 types of an array. One is called as a one-dimensional array, multi-dimensional array, static array, and then dynamic array. What is one-dimensional array? We have to define only one index is used. Okay, take the example. This we call as a one-dimensional array. So each element having a one index position, that is called as a one-dimensional array. Second one, multi-dimensional array, the array involving more than one index. Take an example for matrices. We can able to store the matrices into an array, that is number of rows, number of columns, that is called as a multi-dimensional array. Static array, the compiler determines how memory will be allocated for the array, that we call as before we are going to declare an array, we have to initialize the array, that is called as an array size. It will be 5, 10, 15, anything else. That is called a static array. Dynamic array is called as a memory allocation takes place during execution. That is called as an, if you are going to declare the without the size of an array, that we call it dynamic arrays. These are 4 different types of an arrays present in the array based implementations. And then declaration or syntax of an array. The one-dimensional array, this is an example of an one-dimensional array. So syntax is data type and then array name and then size of an array. This is the syntax of an array. Example is called as an data type is integer and then array name is ARR. This is user defined data type. And the next one, this we call as an size of an array. Here I'm going to define the size is 10. We can able to store the array is position starting from 0th position to 9th position, that is called size -1. So data type can be represented as only the fundamental data, that is called the primitive data. It may be integer, character, float, long, double, anything else, like this goes on. But the array name should be act as a user defined variables. It may be your name, my name, anything else. Okay, and then we are going to specify the size of an array. This we call a static arrays. Without size, that we call as a dynamic array. Understand? And then this is another declaration of an array. Data type, array name and the size of an array equal to open curly brace corresponding closing curly brace. In that we having value 1, value 2, value 3 up to n number of values, okay, based on the array size. Example, int array name ARR, size of an array is 5. We are going to store only the 5 elements, that is 11, 22, 33, 44, 55, that is 0th position, 1st position, 2nd position, 3rd position, 4th position. If you are going to store the 5th position, out of range, it never ever store into an array. Okay, this is another example of an array. The array size of an capacity is 10. Here we are going to store only the 4 elements, that is 0th position, 1st position, 2nd position, 3rd position. Remaining positions are wasted memory, that we call as a drawback present in an array. Understand? And then there are various operations present in an array. The basic operation performed on a list of elements are: first one, creation of the list; second one, insertion of the list; third one, deletion of data from the list; display all the data in the list; searching for a data in the list. These are the 5 different types of operation present in an array based implementation. So what is the use of creation? Creation is nothing but we are going to create an element into an array. We are going to generate an array representation, that we call creation. Insertion is nothing but we can able to insert at the specified position. We are going to insert a specified element into the corresponding position. It may be first position, second position, at last, or else it may be beginning of an array. And the third one, deletion of data from the list is called as, and we are going to delete the specific elements, a specific position element, that we call deletion of data from the list. And the fourth one, display all the data in the list. We are going to display is nothing but what are the elements present in the array that are going to display, that we call display all the element in the list. Fifth one is called as a search for a data in the list. If you are going to search a specific element present in an array or not, that is called searching. So these are the 5 operations present in an array based implementation. We are going to see one by one. Okay, first one, create an array list. Okay, initially the array should act as an empty, that is none other elements could not be stored in the array. Okay, that is array is an empty list. We are going to create. A create operation is used to create the list with n number of elements. Okay, we are going to define how many number of elements to be stored in an array. It may be 5 elements, it may be 6 elements, anything else. Take an example. If I am going to specify n equal to 5, I can able to store only the 5 elements. Starting index position is 0th position, ending index position is 4th position, that is n minus 1, 5 minus 1, 4, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, that is 5 elements can be stored in an array. So if n exceeds the array maximum size, if number of elements exceeds the maximum size, then elements cannot be inserted in the list. If you are going to try to insert a next element, that is 6th element, means it never ever stored into an array, because my array size is 5. We are going to store only the 5 elements. And the next one, otherwise the array element are stored in the consecutive array location. If we are having only n equal to 5, means we can able to store the first element as 0th position, second, third, fourth, and then 5. So totally we are having 5 elements: 0th position, first position, second position, third position, fourth position, that we call as a consecutive array location, that is 11, 22, 33, 44, 55. Okay, so this is an example program for creating an array list. Alright, so I'll be compile the program later. We are going to see the example program how to create an array list using C. So void is called as a return type. create is called as a user defined function. Inside that we are going to create an array. Okay, what is this? This is called as an array. So int is a data type, I is called as a variable name. We are going to define, so printf creating an array list, and then printf statement enter the number of elements to be added in the list. Okay, if you are going to insert a 5 elements, means that element should be inserted. So scanf %d n equal to 5. Okay, if you are going to define that is a number, how many number of elements you want to store into an array, means n equal 5, we can able to store the 5 elements. And then printf enter the array elements. So using the for loop we can able to get the input from the user, that is for I equal to 0, I less than n, I plus plus. 0th position is called as an index position, that is 0th position. N is called number of elements. The number of elements is 5 elements. We can able to get only the 5 elements starting from 0th position, first position, second position, third position, and then fourth position. If you are going to get the 5th position, means come out of the loop. So scanf %d comma list is called as an array name, user defined variable array name, and inside the square bracket we are going to define the index position of an I, that is first one 0th position, and then first position, second position, third position, fourth position. If you are going to store the 5th position, means 5 less than 5, condition false, come out of the loop. After that we are going to call the function name is called as a display function. In display function they are going to print all the elements present in an array. Okay, this is the output of the program. So already I have compiled the program. So these are the 5 different types of functions that is called as an operation present in an array implementations. First one, create an array list, insertion array list, delete a specific element from the array list, display all the element present in array list, search a specific element present in an array or not. If you are going to press 6, means come out of the loop, enter your choice is 1. We are going to create an array. So create an array list. Okay, this printf statement is going to print out, show us on the screen. After that enter the number of element to be added in the list. Okay, enter the number of element to be added in the list. I am entered as 5. So after that enter the array elements. Using the for loop statement we are going to enter the corresponding element, that is 5 elements 11, 22, 44, 55, 66. After entering, all the elements should be stored in list of 0. List of 0 is 11, list of 1 is 22, list of 2 is 44, list of 3 is 55, list of 6 is 4th position, that is list of 4. If you are going to try to insert the 77, means never ever stored, because the array range is only we can able to store the 5 elements. If you try to store the 6th elements, come out of the loop. After that we are going to call the function name is called as display function. Inside the display functions they are going to print all the elements present in the array list, that is called as 11, 22, 44, 55, 66. Have you understand how to create an array list? The next one, insertion of data in the list. Okay, already we have created 5 elements, that is 11, 22, 44, 55, 66. What is the use of insertion of data in the list is, we are going to insert any different types of position. It may be a first position, it may be a last position, middle of the position. Okay, so insert operation is used to insert an element at a particular position in the existing list is called as already created list. Inserting the element in the last position of an array is easy. If you are going to try to insert at this position, okay, if you are going to try to insert the element name is called as 77, means it is very easy in an array based implementation. If you are going to try to insert at any specified position, that we call as, but inserting the element at a particular position in array is quite difficult, because if you are going to try to insert this position, okay, this 0th position, first position, that is if you are going to try to insert the second position, means we are going to shift all the elements to the right side of the consecutive array positions. That is, since it involves all the subsequent elements to be shifted one position to the right. That is the one drawback present in an array based implementations. Alright, this is an example program. Insertion of data in the list. Okay, so return type is void, insert is called as a function. These are the user defined variable I, data, position. Data is called as an, we are going to insert a certain elements. Position is which type of what type of position at specific position we have to mention. Okay, return type is called as an integer data type. Printf, enter the element to be inserted. So using scanf we are going to get the data. My data is 33. Okay, my data is 33. Enter the element data to be inserted. Okay, 33. Printf, enter the position at which element to be inserted. We are going to decide at which position we are going to insert. If you are going, my data is 33, I am going to insert at this position, that is 0th position, this first position. Inside the second position, I am going to insert at 33, and then 44, 55, 60 is going to print out properly. Okay, so enter the position at which element to be inserted is, I am entered 30, that is 2, second position. Okay, after that, using the scanf function, we are going to get the position entered by the user, that is position is 2. Okay, here for I equal to n minus 1, because why we are using n minus 1 is called as n, here we are using n equal to n plus 1, we are going to increase the size of an array, because my array size is totally only 5 elements. Okay, my array size is totally 5 elements, that is 0th position, first position, second position, third position, and then fourth position. If you are going to try to insert the 33 into my new array, I am going to increase the size of an array by 1. Okay, that is n equal to n plus 1. Position is called as in second position. Alright, and then each and every time I am going to decrement the corresponding position. Alright, so and then list of I plus 1. I is called as in n equal to, we having 5, here 5 plus 1, list equal to, 5 plus 1 is 6, list 6 equal to list of I is called as 5. We are going to store this position, that is called 0th position, first position, second position, third position, fourth position. This fourth position should be shifted to the right side, that is index position of an array. This element should be shifted to the right, this element should be shifted to the right, and then 33 should be inserted in the corresponding position. This should be happen in an array. Here I am going to define list position equal data. Position is called as in second position, data is called as in 33, and then n equal to n plus n, size of an array should be incremented, and then we are calling a function name is called display. Here I am going to explain the corresponding iteration of inserting element at specified position. Alright, we are having already existing elements. The array elements are 11, 22, 44, 55, 66. Index position, 0th index position, first index position, second index position, third index position, fourth index position. This is the programming statements for I equal to n minus 1, I greater than equal to position, I minus minus. Inside the for loop, list of I plus 1 equal list of I. What the use of this statement is, assignment statement, if you are going to insert a new element means, this element should be shifted to the one position to the right, this element should be shifted to the one position right, this element should be pushed to the right. We need not change this type of this 11 that is 11 as well 22, because we are going to insert this position only, because position equal to 2. Alright, the number of element present in array is n equal to 5. Already we defined number of element is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, n equal to 5. Okay, enter the element to be inserted is 33 is my new element. Enter the position at which element to be inserted is this position I am going to insert it. We are going to replace 44 by 33. Okay, and then after that, this we having a first iteration. This is my first iteration. What the value of n equal to 5, position equal to 2. Using the for loop statement for I equal to n minus 1, I greater than equal to position, I minus minus. Okay, I equal to, what is the value of n? 5. 5 minus 1, 4. So totally I equal to 4. After that, I greater than equal to position. What the value of I now? 4. Greater than equal to 2. 2 is called as a position. Condition true or false? True. True means it can be able to insert, come inside the for loop. After that, list of I plus 1 equal list of I. List is called as an array variable name. I is called as 4. Here we are having a 4 is called as I, and then plus 1, that is list of 5 equal to list of 5. I is called as 4, list of 4. What the position of fourth element, that is fourth element is 66. Okay, after that list of 5 equal to 6. Already explained that this element should be shifted one position to the right. After that 55 should be shifted to the right, 44 should be shifted to the right. Okay, after this iteration I should be decremented, that is I minus minus. What the value of I? 4 minus minus 3. Okay, after a new position of array should be created, that is 0th position never ever change, second position ever, because my insert position is this position. We are going to concentrate this side on the right hand side position only. Okay, after inserting a new position, 66 should be stored in list of 5 because shifted to the right position. Okay, this is the first iteration. After second iteration, what the value of I equal to 3. Okay, and then position equal to 2. Using the for loop statement, we have to check the condition. Okay, what is the value of I now? I is 3. 3 greater than equal to 2, that is position. Condition true or false, true. After that, list of I plus 1 equal list of I. List of I plus 1, I is called as 3 plus 1 equal list of 3. What the value 3 plus 1, list of 4. What the exact position of list of 3? List of 3 is 55. Okay, here we have to change this 55 should be positioned to the right side of list of 4. After that, list of 4 equal to 55 should be changed now. Okay, and then I should be decremented, and then I what is the very value of I? 3. 3 minus minus 2. The new position of an array are, so before position, so list of 5 is 66 and list of 4 is 66. Here list of 5 is 66 and the list of 4 is 44. We have to rechange, that is modified. The fourth element of an array is 66 replaced by 55. Okay, have you understand? This element should be shifted right. Alright, and then this is a new element of the second iteration. Using third iteration, I should be decremented. What is the value of I? 3. 3 minus minus, that is 2. In third iteration, now I should be act as an I equal to position equal to 2. Okay, using the for loop statement, what is the value of I now? 2. Position 2. 2 greater than equal to condition true. True means it can be able to come inside the loop. And the list of I plus 1. What is the value of I? 2. 2 plus 1, 3. That is list of 3 equal to list of 5. What is the value of I? 2. List of 2 is 44. This 44 should be shifted to the right. Alright, because my insert position is second position. The 33 element should be inserted at second position. This should be modified. Alright, after that, this element list of 3 rechange, that is this 44 value should be stored in list of 3. Okay, and then I should be decremented into 1, that is 2 minus minus means 1. The new position of array is, look at these two examples. In the fifth position, 66 should be stored. In the second iteration, 55 should be stored. And the third iteration, this 44 should be shifted to the right side of the position of an array, that is 44. After that, fourth iteration, what the value of I now? 1. 1 position equal to 2. Okay, for I equal to n minus 1, I greater than equal to position I minus minus. We are going to check the condition. What is the value of I now? 1. What is the value of position 2? Condition true or false? I 1 greater than equal to 2. Condition false. It can exit from the for loop. Okay, after execution of the exit from the for loop, the next line is, these are 2 lines. Okay, list position. These are 2 lines. List position. Okay, already explained these concepts. List position equal to data. Okay, list position. What is the position 2? List of 2 equal to data. Data is called as, we are entered here as data is 33. Okay, that is list of 2 is position, that is position equal to 2. 2 equal data is 33. Now element, okay, now element in second position have replaced, that is now element 44 is replaced by a new element 33. Okay, this can be modified, this should be act as a modification. And then n equal to n plus 1, we are going to increase the size of an array. What is the value of n? 5 plus 1 6. We have a total size of an array is 6. Okay, new size of an array is 6. If could not able to use this statement means this element should not be stored, that is 33 elements should not be stored into an array. The new array elements are, that is we are going to increase the size of an array into n equal to 6, that is 0th position, first position, second position, third position, fourth position, fifth position. Here 0th position is 11, not change, and then first position 22, and then second position is insertion at the specific position, second position 33, and third position is 44, and fourth position 55, fifth position 66. This we call as an insertion at a specified position in an array. Okay, have you understand this example? Okay, this is an insertion. So what is the drawback behind an insertion is, if you are going to insert at the specified position, okay, this is quite complex because we are going to search each elements in an array, and this element should be shifted to the right side of the position into an array. Okay, this is quite complex, it takes much more time to execute a certain program. If you are going to insert at the last is very easy. Okay, that is one of the advantages in an array. And the next one is deleting a specified element from the list. Okay, deletion is called as we are going to delete a specified element in an existing array. So deletion is the process of removing an element from the array at any position. Okay, at any position we can able to delete an element from an array. Deleting an element from the end is easy. At the end of the position we can able to delete an element is very easy in an array based implementation. If an element is to be deleted from a particular position, that is specified position, it requires all subsequent elements from the position is shifted one position towards left. Okay, same thing in the insertion, we are going to shifted one position to the right. If you are going to follow the deletion operation, okay, shifted one position towards left, that we are going to delete a specific element in an array. Okay, that is the only drawback. This is an example program. Okay, so void a function name is called delete. We are going to define a variable, that is I is a variable, and the position is a variable. Return type is called a data type, is integer data type. Printf, enter the position of the data to be deleted. We are going to insert, we are going to specify at the position, that is 0th position, first position, second position, anything else. So using scanf statement, we are going to get the input from the view, that is called the specified position, POS. And the printer, the data deleted is %d, list is called array name, a specified position. Specified position is second position, third position, fourth position, anything else. Okay, after deletion, a new array should be generated for I equal to position. Our position I less than n minus 1. Okay, because each and every element should be size of an array should be decremented into if having a 5 elements, it will decrement it into 4, like this goes on, and then I plus plus, and then list of I equal list of I plus 1. Okay, this we call as an based on the position, the I should be incremented. After that, the number of element, the size of an array should be decremented, because if you are going to delete a specific element from the array means the size of array should be decremented into 1 or reduced into 1, that is called n equal n minus 1. After executing the remaining size of an array, it going to display using the function is called display statements, the display function. Okay, so take this output of the deletion of an array in the list. Okay, this is an existing element present in an array. Total we having a 6 element, 0th position, first position, second position, third position, fourth position, fifth position. These are the different choices we are going to give. My choice is 3. Enter your choice is 3. We enter the position of the element to be deleted at. I am going to give the position as 3. Okay, this position as 3. After that, list of 3 means this 0th position, this first position, second position, this third position. This element is going to deleted from the array. Okay, the data is deleted is 44. Okay, this corresponding data is deleted at 44. After deletion, the remaining statement is going to be executed. After the replacement of the statements or modification of the statements, they're going to call the function is called display statements. In display statement, remaining array is present as 11, 22, 33, 55, 66 because the element 44 is deleted from the list. Okay, here I am going to explain the corresponding deletion and element in an array. Okay, I already explained these concepts. That is, existing array elements are 11, 22, 33, 44, 55 and then 66. So using the for loop we are going to modify the array. Alright, for I equal to position I less than n minus 1 and then I plus plus. Inside the for loop, list of I equal list of I plus 1 will be having a decrease in size of an array or reducing size of an array. During the first iteration, what is the size of an n? This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That is, size of an array is 6, and then we are going to give the specified position. Specified position is we are going to delete the specified position at 3. That is position equal to 3. So using the for loop, I equal position I less than n minus 1 I plus plus, and then I equal position, what the value of position 3, and then I less than n minus 1, what the value of I 3 less than n equal to 6 minus 1 5. Okay, 3 less than 5, condition true or false, true, it can able to enter inside the for loop. And then list of I equal list of I plus 1, what is the value of I is 3. Okay, list of 3 equal to list of 3 plus 1, that is I plus 1, list of 3 equal to 55. Shift to the left. Okay, should be shifted to the left. The new position of array is, we are going to check this condition only. What the condition is, this element should be deleted from the list. After that, this element should be shifted to the left. This element should be shifted to the predecessor. Okay, predecessor is called as a previous element. Okay, here we have to replace, shift one to the position to the left, and after that I should be incremented. That is, I should be incremented into 3 into 4. The new position of an array is, the old position is, we are going to replace. Alright, this element is replaced. The new position of an array is list of 3. What is the list of 3? 55. Alright, that is list of 3 is 50. Before list of 3 is 44. We are going to delete this element from the list. Okay, the second iteration, I should be 4, n is 6, position equal to 3. It never ever changes, but it should be changes because I should be incremented. For I equal position, that is I less than n minus 1 I plus plus. Okay, we are going to check the condition only. So I less than n minus 1, what is the value of I? 4. 4 less than n minus 1, n equal to 6 minus 1 5. So 4 less than 5, condition true or false, condition true, you can able to enter into the for loop. So list of I equal list of I plus 1, list of I is 4. Alright, and the list of I plus 1 is called as a 4 plus 1 through I. That is fifth position. What is the fifth position? This is my element. Okay, this element should be shifted to the left. Okay, this element should be shifted to the left. Before element list 3 and this element list 4. That is, this element should be shifted to the fourth position. That is, here already we are having 55, that should be replaced by 66. Okay, have you understand these concepts? Then in third iteration, I equal to 5 because I should be incremented into 4 plus 5. N equal to 6, position equal to 3. For I equal to position I n minus 1 I plus plus. During this condition, for the value of I 5. Okay, n minus 1, n equal to 6, 6 minus 1 5, 5 less than 5, condition false. Alright, what this condition is, we are going to delete the certain element. That is, element 44 is deleted from the list. After the nth position, the element 55 is replaced, and then in the fourth position 66 is replaced, and the fifth position 66 is constantly stored in an array. In this position we are going to delete. How can you able to delete from the array means, after that the for loop statements, after the for loop statement we are going to reduce the size of an array, n equal to n minus 1. Right, what is the value of n equal to 6. Okay, n equals 6. Now n equal to n minus 1. What is the value of n? 6 minus 1, 5. Now the size of an array is 5. That is 5. We can able to store only the 5 elements. That is 0th position is 11, and the first position is 22, second position is 33, and third position is 55, and the fourth position is 66. This position is automatically deleted from the array because my array size is 5. Okay, this is the exact example of deleting an element at specified position in array based implementation. Have you understand this concept? And the next one, fourth one, display operation or traversing a list. Display is called as what are the elements present in an array they're going to display it to the users. Travel cells or display as same meaning. Travel cells called as visiting. Travel cells is the process of visiting all the elements in an array. Okay, if you are going to store the 5 elements means travel cells going to visit the first element, that is 0th position, first position, second position, third position, fourth position, like this goes on. They are going to visit all the elements present in an array that we call as travel cells. Display operation is used to display all the elements stored in the list. Okay, the elements are stored from the index position, 0th index position to n minus. N is called as number of elements. If the element 5 means 5 minus is 4, we are going to store only the 4 elements 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. That we call as an n minus 1. Using the for loop, the elements in the list are displayed. Okay, this is an example program. Okay, void display. Void is called as a function name. Display is called as a function. Void is called as a return type. Display is called as a function name. We are going to define a variable I. Return type is integer. Printf enter the elements in an array. That is, what are the elements present in an array they are going to print. Using a for loop, for I equals 0, I less than n, I plus plus, printf %d. Okay, /t is called tab, list of I. The user can enter how many number of elements, that is 5 elements, 11, 22, 33, 44, 55. That element should be stored in the index position, 0th position, first position, second position, third position, fourth position. That going to stored in an array in the list of 0, list of 1, list of 2, list of 3, list of 4. Using the for loop, using the printf statements, we are going to fetch from the corresponding memory location. After the fetching, they are going to print this. So this is the output of an display an array. So already explained the concepts. Okay, inside the array we are having only the 5 elements. After deletion, we are having only the 5 elements 11, 22, 33, 55, 60 because we have deleted the element 44. After deletion, these are the elements stored in array. After executing, we are having a 5 different types of operation. In the fourth operation is called display operation. Enter the choice 4. After entering the choice 4, what are the elements present in the array they are going to display, that is 0th position, first position, second position, third position, fourth position. This we call as an travel cells or display operation in an array. Okay, they are going to visit all the elements present in an array. After visiting, they are going to print what are the elements present or are stored in a consecutive array. They are going to fetch from the memory location. After fetching, they are going to display to the users or programmers. Okay, have you understand the fourth operation of an array based implementation? And fifth one is called as searching a specified element or data present in an array list. Okay, search operation is to determine whether a particular element is present in an array list or not. If you are going to search a specific element, whether it is present means the array element is present in a list. If not means it never ever show the information to the user. That is, your element is not present or found in an array list. Okay. After that, the input search element to be checked in the list. We are going to give a specific element. Search equal 33, search equal to 55. If the element is found means your element is found in an array list. If not, your element is not found in array list. They are going to display the information to the user. That is called as searching a specified element in the array list. This is an example program. So void is called as a return type, and then search is called as a function name. We are going to declare a variable search, and then I count equals 0. Return type is called as integer variable. So printf, enter the element to be searched. We are going to give a specified element. Here I am going to give the element is 44. If element 44 is present means I am getting the element 44 is present and the certain position 33. That is, enter the element to be searched. Search is 44. Okay, using scanf statement we will get the input from the user. After getting the input, using the for loop we are going to search whether your element is present in array or not. For I equal to 0, I less than n equal to number of elements, that is size of element is n equal to 5. Now n equal to 5 elements. Okay, I plus plus, if search equal to list of 5, my search element is 44, equal list of 5 is, so first index position 0th index position, that is 11 is list of 0, search is 44, 44 equal to 11, condition true or false, false. Okay, after false means it never ever execute if condition, I should be incremented, and then I should be incremented into 1. Okay, if search equal list of I is 1 is 22, my search element is 44 equal to 22, condition true or false, false. After false means I should be incremented, I is incremented into 2 less than 5, condition true or false, true. True means if search element is 44, list of 2 is 33. Okay, 44 equal to 33, condition true or false, false. It never executes the if condition. After executing this if condition, I should be incremented into 3. Okay, 3 less than 5, condition true or false, true. Okay, condition true, search element is 44 equal to list of 3. List of 3 is this 0th position, this first position, this second position, this is called as a third position. Okay, third position 44, 44 equal to 44, condition true. So printf element %d is present in the list at the percentage position. The search element is %d, I is %d. Okay, search is 44 is present in the list at a specific position. What the value of I? 3, third position. Okay, after that we are going to reinitialize the counter variable equal to 1. Okay, after initializing this counter variable as 1, the break statement is come out of the loop. It never execute this for loop statement. After executing the for loop statement, they are going to check the another condition, and another possibility is if you are going to check the search element is present in array or not. If not means the element is not present in the list. Okay, how the statement going to execute means, look at this output of the statement. This is the corresponding element present in array 11, 22, 33, 55, 66. I am going to give the choices, enter the choices 5, enter the element to be searched 77. Here the element 77 is not present in an array, present in the list. Okay, element 77 is not present in the list means, look at the program. Okay, here none of the statement could not be matched means it come out of the for loop statement, it go to the if condition, if count equals 0. So initially the count should be act as an count equal to 0. So 0 equal to 0 means printf element %d search element 77 is not present in the list. After going to print out, if the corresponding element present in the list means the count equal to 1. Count equal to 1 means count 1 equal to 0. 1 equal to 0 means it never ever executed. The only the element present in the list is executed properly. Okay, have you understand these two scenarios of a searching operation? And next one, advantages of array implementation. Okay, what are the advantages of array implementation is, we having two advantages. The elements are faster to access using random access. already we are having a sequential access as well as random access. Okay, here a sequential access is called as an 1 by 1. Okay, we are going to read an element 1 by 1. Take this example. If you are going to search an element at this position, okay, 66 in my position means they are going to search from the initial position 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, it goes on. Okay, the elements are faster to access using random access. Random access is called as an, we can able to search at this position directly. We can able to search this position 55 directly. That we call random access. Sequential access is to order. Based on the order only we can able to search a certain element is present in array or not. Random means it directly going to search a specified elements. Okay, searching an element is easier if you are using a random access. That is called advantage of an array implementation. And then limitations of array implementation, that is called as drawbacks. So store an array in consecutive memory location. Storing is called as an, if you are going to store a certain elements, that is called as based on the order. So 11, 22, 33, 55, 66. Okay, that we call as an storing an array in a consecutive memory location is a drawback. Okay, if you are going to store only the 5 elements, it should be a normal. If you are going to store a 500 elements means it should be huge. If you store a 5000 element, 50,000 element, that we call as in storing a consecutive element in the memory allocation is quite complex. That is called as limitations of an array. And second one, the array elements is fixed. Okay, and it not be possible to change the number of elements. The number of elements in an array should be fixed. Fixed is called if you are going to store only 5 elements, we are going to get the input from the user only 5 elements. We never ever store the 6th element. It's not possible to change the number of elements in a static array. And next one, insertion and deletion operation in array is expensive because since insertion is performed by pushing the entire array one position to the right, and deletion is performed by shifting the entire array one position, that is up. Okay, that is a drawback. Insertion deletion operation is very complex because if you are going to insert at the last, deletion at the last is very easy. If you are going to insert a delete at the specific position is quite complex. That is the 3 limitations of an array implementation. And finally, applications of an array based implementation. So what are the various locations or fields array can be used? We can able to store a list of values into an array, that is based on consecutive orders. Perform a matrix operation, addition, subtraction, multiplication, and then transpose, determinant, scaling, that are called as perform matrix operations. Searching a different as algorithm. Searching algorithm is called as a binary search, linear search, that we call searching an algorithms. Sorting algorithm is called as, they are having already bubble sort, merge sort, quick sort, radix sort, cell sort, okay, selection sort, merge sort, that are called as different sorting techniques using an array. And then the most important things, arrays can be used in data structures, that is based on a list, linked list, okay, that is used in data structures. Array can be used in CPU scheduling algorithm, that is FIFO, first in first out, and then shorter job scheduling, round robin algorithms in an operating system. These are the various applications present in an array based implementation in data structures. Okay, thank you for watching this video. Here I am going to explain the program using array based implementation. Okay, so these are the different types of operation present in array. First one, creation, insert an element, delete an element, display element, search element. Sixth one, exit. Okay, first one we are going to create as elements. Okay, enter the number of elements to be added. I am going to insert the 5 elements into an array. Enter the array elements. This is called the size of an array. Enter the array elements. I am going to enter the 5 elements 11, 22, 44, 55 and 66. Okay, we have to enter the elements is 11, 22, 44, 55, 66. After entering elements using a display function, we are going to display the 11, 22, 44, 55, 66. And the next one, this is called existing elements. we are going to insert a specified position. Enter a choice is 2. Enter the element to be inserted. I am going to insert this position, that is called as an enter the element to be inserted is 33. Enter the position at which the element to be inserted. I am going to insert at third position, that is 0th position, first position, second position. I am going to insert the second position. After insertion, the array should be changed into 11, 22, 33, 44, 55, 66. Before we are having 11, 22, 44, 55, 66. After insertion, I am getting the output as 11, 22, 33, 44, 55, 66. And then third one, deleting a specified element from the array list, that is enter the choice is 3. Alright, and then we are going to delete at this position, that is 44. 0th position, first position, second position, third position. Enter the position of the data to be deleted 0, 1, 2, 3, third position. After deleting the data, that is 44, data is deleted is 44. After deleting remaining element present in an array is 11, 22, 33, 55, 66. Have understand? And then next one, fourth operation is called display operation. Display is called as in what are the elements present in array. Okay, we are having only the 5 elements 11, 22, 33, 55, 66. The next one, fifth operation is called as a search operation. Enter the choice is 5. Enter the element to be searched. I am going to search a element called as a 55. Okay, enter the element to be searched 55. Okay, element 55 is present in the list at the position third position, that is 0th position, first position, second position, third position. Third position is found. Okay, another operation, fifth, search element. Enter the element to be searched. My array element is total array element is 11, 22, 33, 55, 66. But I am going to search an element called as 77 is present in array or not. Okay, they are going to print the element 77 is not present in the list. Okay, 6. If you are going to enter the 6 means exit from the program. Okay, here I am going to explain the program. These are the two different types of header files. One is called as a standard input and output header files, and second one std.lib. lib is called standard library header files. And then this is called as a macros. We are going to define a macro, maximum size 100. Okay, after that global declaring variables and function. We are going to declare the size of an array is maximum size is 100, and the array name is list, and n is called as a number of elements. We having a 5 different types of operation present in an array: create operation or create function, insertion, deletion, display, search. The return type is void. This is my starting or beginning of the program. Int is called as a return type, and then main is a function, the beginning of the program. Int choice, I am going to enter the choice using a do while loop statement. I am getting the input, that is choice from the users. Array implementation of list. First one create, second insert, delete, display, search, and sixth one exit. This using a printf statement. After that printf enter the choice. I am going to give the choices 1, 2, 3, anything else. Based on choice, the value should be stored in the variable choice. So choice, if you are going to give the choice means they are going to call the function in create. If you are going to give the choices 2 means insert. If you are going to give the choices 3 means delete. If you are going to give the choices 4 means display. If you are going to give the choices 5 means search. Okay, based on the function they are going to call the specified function: create function, insert function, delete function, and the display function, search function. Okay, these are the 5 functions present in a program. If you are going to call the 6th line, that is 6th is called as an enter your choice. 6 means it can be come out of the loop using exit function, exit of 1. Okay, exit of 1 using the header file, standard library header file. It come out of the program properly. If none other statement given between 1 to 6 means enter the option between 1 to 6. If you are going to give 7, okay, the default statement is executed properly. Okay, while choice less than 7, so choice is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 means until 6 only it can be executed inside of while loop. It moves to the, if you are going to give the choice 7 means it going to display the default statement. Okay, the return variable is return statement is we are going to give here. I am going to mention int as return type. Then only have given the return statement as 0. Okay, you should return a value to the user or programmers. Okay, after executing this program, I am getting the proper output.